kitty toy sitting there uncovered from the snow, and you're like, you're gonna pull the trucks from that. You're a goof, man. I like it. It's funny. Needed a good laugh, you know?
He's live.
All right, so let's see.
Going to work on the 57.
All right, so make a left here. I gotta remember this way. For some reason, I keep forgetting it. It's very short.
This is going to be funny.
Doesn't take long for me to get there.
He's going to crank and crank and crank, and then he's going to give up.
Yeah.
You're watching failure in real time.
Hey, I know you. A couple of people that go to the senior center just walking across the street just now. Come on, man. 13 people in here and 2 light thumbs up. What the heck? I may. It all depends on how well I feel. You know what I mean? If I don't feel good, if I got pains or something like that from driving, then it'll be a different story. But I'm pretty sure I'll be working both morning and afternoon. I'm not one to, you know, wimp out on something like that unless I really have some major issues, you know. And when this first took place, I didn't want to put the kids' lives in jeopardy. So I told my boss, I said, I ain't gonna do this till I get better. You know, I can't do it. Blowing up to 325 pounds from 240 pounds was a scare and a half. Especially after, you know, sitting there driving for a few hours, having that happen.
That didn't happen.
That was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced in my life, other than the fact that when my ex-wife and I had a dog, his eyes bulged out of their sockets, almost like they were going to drop out or pop out. But he had some kind of allergy. That's what they said anyway. But I've never seen a dog's eyes do that, you know. But back here tomorrow anyway, the same road. Instead of going straight up, be making a right. Hold on, I can't read that all the way through because
you're blind. Deaf, dumb, and blind.
no, we're not doing that stuff. Why do you keep busting chops about that? I'm not that fat. I mean, I'm fat, but shit, I'm not that fat.
Sure. Keep telling yourself that. (5'1", 340 pounds with a size 12 shoe. I don't know. That sounds like the definition of a clown to me.
Trails. That's where I gotta go to. Then Ohio.
Yep, Jeff. It is.
Why? Because it's high. Wait a minute, what is it? How did that go?
Especially since he has ADD so bad he can't even concentrate on the road. He's looking all around him and everywhere but the road. Oh, you better not have froze, Rich.
And jump goes.
Watch, his cell service is gonna be so bad there he won't even be able to make a video or do the live.
Probably be the only day for a while that I'll have before, the weather clears again. So I figure, well, try and get something done.
You will.
Geneva Trail. Down here, make the first right, go around the bend, and then go and turn on Ohio. Yeah, there was a car down here. An El Camino. I don't remember what the hell year it was, though.
It doesn't matter. You're not gonna buy it.
Okay. Down this road. I got my prop thing too for the cell phone. So when I get there, I can put it up on the thing. Big piece of crap that.
Hey Jeff, there's some silver bars right there. I think I bought them when they were like $28 an ounce. Good to have a little diversity.
That stuff is all messed up.
See, unlike Rich, I can actually show you because I actually have it. I don't have a lot of silver. I think I only have like $100 in silver.
Oh, well.
I can tell you what, I have a lot more money in ammo than I do anything else. Brass. He probably can. It's like that one video that I made of him where his sweats were so sucked up his ass. You'd think his ass was going to eat him.
Yeah, he's up there.
He's already has not even out of the car and he's huffing and puffing.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that'd be one of the worst deaths would be suffocating to death. Especially when you do it to yourself.
Here, folks. I have to turn this phone on. It's just not. It's not cutting it. For some reason, it keeps going back to orientation is locked. I don't know what the hell is wrong with this damn phone. I've had it the last time that I've had my Note 5. That thing's giving me shit than that thing ever did.
Yeah, I know he could literally pass out while he's driving. I mean, if he's already gasping for air, he needs to be on oxygen. That's how bad he is. This won't last long. I bet you this live will last about half an hour to working on it, and then he'll give up. Yeah, Don, he's live.
Not cold enough. I'm sweating right now. Yeah, but it did warm up because all the snow that was on this is melted. I brought eight bungee straps with me. I got 4 green and 4 blue. I see that. Yeah, I guess that's best, but yeah, well, that's the winds we get around here. You know that crazy shit. Oh yeah.
This guy doesn't have any other shirts.
Because
wears the same thing all the time.
We're not gonna be warm like that again for a while, you know. Yeah, wintertime's always a bitch.
Oh yeah, R&D, this is gonna be real fun here.
Yeah.
My coffee should be about done any minute now. I'm gonna sit back and have a drink and laugh.
Stuck on now.
Guy's worried about his paint so much, but then throws a regular tarp over it that basically just rubs against the paint and rubs it all off. Especially when you have a paint with no clear coat. Rattle can paint at that.
I'll bet it was.
Yep, old times, just at a new place.
I'm doing this live stream with this YouTube. Yeah.
Hey, you know the guy wants to be on the internet.
People, I said, like, really can't do anything, you know, with bad weather, you know. But first of all, I want to see if I have my socket, my ratchet, because I got to get the spark plug out of the #1 spark plug hole. I want to see what the hell that looks like. If it's all gacked up. And then I got to figure out where this idiot...
He's obsessed with the #1 cylinder. I don't know why he thinks that that's the only one that's going to have carbon or oil on it or whatever. It's probably going to have all of the above.
#1 got pulled out over there.
Yeah.
Bring it on top dead center.
Yeah, that much I do know, but I got to find the socket in order to take the damn thing off, the spark plug. I can get the wire off, but it ain't going to help much.
Oh, yeah. It's the definition of insanity, R&D.
Down too far.
Doing the same thing and expecting different results.
They're the original Phillips heads, yeah. No. No, because I want to see what
It's
else
possible,
he wants to do, you
Don.
know?
He might.
Well, he didn't know what he was doing, so.
Got oil up the top.
He might go back so he can get workers' comp.
With this, huh?
Oil.
Yeah.
Actually got bigger.
These old cars, they get temperamental like that, you know? You start fucking around with some shit that don't want to run right.
Well, when the car sets, all the oil goes to the bottom.
Yeah, well, that much I know too, but I'm just saying.
Way out of the pump.
Hey, look, he's already starting to argue with him.
Yeah, you gotta worry about that every time.
Yep. I don't know what the hell, I think these people took all my damn.
You had it running once before, so
Yeah, I did have it run once, a couple times actually at my house.
the distributor must be okay.
Well, see, there's a brake line, that's the brake line for the brakes, right there. There's a valance. piece right here.
You know where it's leaking? Brake line?
Well, there's nothing, I don't know if it's leaking or if it's actually just, might be an air pocket. Because I don't see anything in the back of the tires or anything, you know?
Anything leaking?
No, nothing in the back at all, no.
You use some fluid?
No. I mean, I filled it up the one time.
It can't be leaking. You know, you have brake-
Yep.
you know,
Well, it may just.
Yep, and we'll make sure of that.
It may have what they call air in the lines, you
We'll
know?
make sure they know about that.
Yeah. But the other thing is, I gotta find a damn ratchet, because that's what I need in order to take a damn spark plug off.
You need a, what, 13, 16?
Yeah.
If I remember right.
But I didn't have friggin' the socket anymore, they took that shit too.
They love you.
Yeah. Which they didn't, I wish they hated me, that's what I wish. Oh, this is what I was looking for.
What is it?
It's the original truck lock.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, you found
I
one.
wanna see if I can get this thing to work.
God, this guy's so obsessed with OE original shit.
It doesn't matter if I have a key.
Oh, this is 59,000 years old. It's broke, but I'm gonna put it on there because it's NOS.
Well, sometimes you come lucky.
Well, not new, but you know what I mean.
You can take it
OS.
and go to the key place and have it made for that lock. Just need to lock out and give it to them, they can do it.
Yeah,
You got Chevy Blanks?
no, that I don't have.
Might have one around or two. I don't know if I got to check it. I look around
I gotta
this
find out.
week to see if I can find it.
I gotta find out if they took a damn, there was a tool that somebody sent me from Florida. His name is, David. He's an older guy, he sent me like an electrical ratchet. And
It's an impact, you
these people, battery operated ratchets.
No,
But I need a flathead screwdriver, on a Phillips head, in order to pop a trunk.
they
I
got
don't know what the hell's in
the
there.
pink one back.
Oh, you must have
This
found
is
it
supposed to
then.
be in here.
You said they stole that, Rich.
Figured, in the long run, what I
Thought they
could do
stole
is
your
I could-
impact.
I could pop that
Liar.
thing from the inside, where the trunk lock goes. And then, hopefully get this one, actually, I got the key over there in the photo.
Well, you know, the bottom line is you gotta have a key to open it.
Yeah,
How you gonna open it?
that's true.
You can't put the lock in and not have a key to open it.
R&D, workers' comp would know because poor man's or
It's neat.
Mako would probably say,
Chevy.
give him a nice phone call.
Fucking flathead.
Might have a fucking,
See, that's
might
a,
have one around a blank
that's an owner's manual.
like that. No, like that. Probably got a blank.
Well, it's sitting in a junk drawer. That's what I would normally do.
I bought it for Nova. I had it, oh, what parking lot?
Oh, really?
I don't want to hear one.
Oh, wow.
Hear what sells it.
Yeah, well, you know what, if this is actually the same as the ignition, this lock. Yeah, the original ignition in here. Yeah, flathead, long. Yeah, flathead, long one.
Sorry about that. I got a text. I didn't know if it kicked me off or not. Was I still recording? Or did it pause? Well, help might be on the way now that Trudeau's leaving. Maybe things will get better for you guys up there. Hopefully you guys will get some of your gun rights back too. Well, what kind of rights you had. What, you know, you didn't have a lot to begin with, but at one time you were still able to own AR-15s and stuff like that out there. So hopefully once again you'll be able to do that. Or the right to be able to defend yourself. I'll have to send Jeff one of my extra license plates one of these days. Thinking about that. Didn't you send him a couple of plates or one plate? Yeah, I know he's staying till spring or whenever they hold those elections. It's the same bullshit they pulled down here. The last last few months, and then they do the swapperoo and think that it's going to change everything. Yeah, see, I'm only probably like 10 or 11 hours maybe from, I don't know if, I can't remember if it's Alberta or if it's the like last corner of BC. But I wouldn't mind going up there sometime and just checking it out. You'd much rather get me to go to Canada still than to spend a second in Mexico. I know some people that love to go down there all the time, and I nope, not doing it. End up going down there and then end up missing. Oh yeah, I did see that. Didn't it say Loser and Son?
Okay, let's see. What the hell happens here?
Nothing's gonna happen. I've been sitting here for 25 minutes and there's nothing's happened. He didn't even fuck with anything. He literally just got in front of it, stood in front of it, whatever, looked, said, oh, I'm gonna grab some tools. Did whatever the fuck he was just doing, come back, and then he put some fuel in it and says, I'm gonna see if it'll start. Like, literally doing the same shit. Loosen that distributor up, you fat fuck, and turn it. Well, check and see if there's spark first, but I'd get rid of those shitty ass points. I mean, don't get me wrong, points, they're simple. But I mean, when you can pick HEI stuff up at any any AutoZone, Napa, O'Reilly, Advance.
Now it's got compression, I can hear it.
You're so dumb, Rich. You know, Briggs and Stratton has compression too, even though it's only like 7-1. And with like a Briggs and Stratton, they have a compression release, so they usually have about 50 pounds of compression when you're cranking on them, which is about what his engine has. Pass lock? Remind me of what pass lock is. I forget. Is that like the Pats on a Ford where you know the security with the key? You could probably have somebody online, one of these guys online that can tune that go through the ECMs and disable that stuff. Because guys can still do that. It doesn't fall under the EPA bullshit. So you can still do all that shutting off of that stuff. I don't know anyone personally off the top of my head, but I know there's guys online that still do that. You just have to look around. I think maybe 5-star tuning. That's my buddy uses him a lot. Or 5-star motorsports or whatever it is. I think he can do it. I could be wrong.
You got one of them, okay.
Yeah.
That's just right on the spark plug, right?
You know,
One end goes to that and one goes to the metal.
one goes to the wire,
Oh, so it goes in the wire, okay.
goes by the plug.
Yep, that's where I'm going.
Yeah, speaking of my buddy, I need to go out to his shop today. I got a screw in my tire I need to patch
Don't
up.
turn it all the way back or you put it in lock.
Oh, I better let you do it. I'll see if it's sparking.
Yeah.
I swear I have the worst luck with running over stuff.
All right.
Like, shoot, I got any spark in it. It should have spark, I did. Never know, though. Yeah.
See, this old man actually had a...
It's got spark, I can see it.
That's spark.
Clear as a bell.
Yep. That's,
So it's gotta be either a vacuum leak or the distributor's.
Oh, stop saying that, you idiot. Stop saying it's a vacuum leak. It would run if it had a vacuum leak. It would just run at 2,000 RPM.
Well,
Well, I have starter fluid. Let me see what I got in the back.
It's exactly what I've been saying it is the whole time. It has no compression.
Let me get this out of your way so I can pop this over.
I'm good, actually.
Well, that, and I'm sure it's never had a timing light on it, so I'm sure the
Actually,
distributor, it's probably out of time, way out of time. It's obviously not advanced because it's not bucking back, so. I mean, engines like timing, so it would have fired even if it could crank.
I don't have any oil in that.
But those two things right there are the reason why it doesn't run.
What's that?
Choke's not open.
Well, no, it's one of them things that's heat driven.
Don't smell any gas.
You don't smell any gas?
No.
Well, I got starter fluid right up here.
Do you smell any?
Well, it was spraying out some before. Hold on.
Any?
Ain't got no gas in it.
Yeah, not much.
This should be open at least a quarter like that. Just hold it.
Yeah.
Put it to the floor.
Hold on. Sideways. I don't want to put no damn hole in the radiator either.
Nope. You gotta get that thing to move up.
That's what I said.
I think he did, Don. I think that he actually got that right. Surprisingly.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good to know.
I don't know what the hell they did with my fucking ratchet.
I think I feel clean test with.
I mean, it's
What?
not hard. He could literally just fill the bowl,
Yeah,
loosen the
yeah.
distributor,
I should pick it up one day.
spin the money on a trigger,
Yep.
turn the ignition switch on, and sit there and bump the trigger like like you see Derek do from Vice Grip. Start it up from the engine bay, and he can turn the distributor while he's turning it over and move that distributor until it fires up. And you'd know right there.
What are you gonna do, Richie?
But
Put some
I'm
gas in
sure
it.
too that all those valves are all out of
Put some
adjustment,
gas in it, see if it fires over.
because that thing is just clattering like crazy. Which that'll also affect the compression reading if he has them too tight. It's hanging a valve open. Ugh. You know, I swore when he got out of the car he had a tripod, and the idiot doesn't even use the tripod. Or at least if he did, he doesn't know how to set the damn thing up. I mean, come on, dude. Yeah, I mean, potentially. It's a lot harder to bend an exhaust, or sorry, not exhaust valve, an intake valve because of the way the timing event happens. But an exhaust valve for sure. I mean, provided that the valve's not just flat out, just hanging out the whole time, but
Not a single friggin' tool in this car. Or in the other one that I can use.
it would have to be literally stuck to do that.
Try it again.
Don't catch on fire. I did clean that.
I won't be the first YouTuber to do that.
That's all our
Yeah,
cleaner.
Nordski Repair did that. We had, what the hell is his other guy's name?
Yeah, go ahead, try it. Nope. Keep going.
Keep going.
Got gas in the passenger seat.
You're just as bad as him.
Carb cleaner. Yeah. Started that way. What's the last thing he did?
She's gonna kill the battery. Yeah,
Yes.
fuck up the starter.
She ain't gotta go yet. He's
No.
gonna keep
Yes, it is R&D.
Yeah.
And it's something simple. It's gotta be either, like I said, the base of the carburetor.
Yep, that's exactly what it is, Rich. You're so smart.
Something's really stupid, you know? And I can't even get the damn spark plug out, because I don't even have a spark plug wrench for the fucking thing. They took that too.
Why we went pull the plug anyway?
Just to see if it's built up with black carbon.
If it's wet,
Yeah. Because I got starter fluid, I can actually spray that down.
I gotta find a 13/16.
These guys are both
Gas?
missing the
Yeah, I got a
point
little bit of
here.
gas in a soda bottle. Yeah,
You could, for one, you could hear the thing galloping.
it's on the passenger side of the front seat.
And two, no one knows where the hell the damn distributor's at. Well, the ignition timing.
See if you can find a flathead screwdriver too, so I can pop that trunk. There might be tools in the trunk. Oh, okay.
Well, if he had any, well, let's see. He can't, I don't think, on that setup because of that transmission. If it was a automatic, you could probably put in a gear reduction starter on it. But since that one bolts instead of bolting to the block like a normal, like what we're all in. Sorry, I'm fucking all over the place in my head here. Like we all know to see when we work on Chevys is, you know, the two bolts that bolt into the block. That's what we're most commonly seeing with these things, not the old school starter that bolts to the oh wait, no, this thing is an automatic, isn't it? But it's the old style bell housing or some shit. Because I think if I remember right, it bolts to the bell housing instead, like a Ford instead of the block. This is worse than watching paint dry. Actually, paint would dry faster than this. So what's everyone up to today? Anything fun? Or are y'all bored like me right now? I mean, I could be out doing things. Actually, I need to go to the junkyard and pull a couple lower control arms off of a SN95 Mustang. So the on the 4-cylinder Mustangs, the K member, the mounting point of the lower control arms is closer together. It's a 1/2 an inch on each side, farther in towards the motor. So the track width is different. So when you put GT 87 to 93 spindles like I did on them, it pulls the because they're shorter, the spindle is itself, it pulls the tire and everything in, and then you sit with a ton of negative camber, or sorry, not negative, positive camber. So in order to change that, you just push them out. Push them out with a, or maybe it's not a 1/2 inch, maybe it's an inch. So the lower control arms, SN95 versus, I explained this in another video. The SN95 control arms are an inch longer than Fox body. So their Fox bodies are 13. Thunderbird era, the 80s Thunderbirds, those are 13 3/4, and then SN95 is 14 inch. The only difference is you just change the ball joint in them to accommodate a Fox spindle.
I just want to see if it's really bad or not, you know? A little.
This idiot wouldn't know what the hell he's looking at when he's looking at the plug.
Probably not very long. Right?
Oh, it is deja
Pull
vu.
it out, see what we got.
Like I said earlier,
Yeah,
it's the
it's already
definition of
weak.
insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Dry rot it.
Gasket, bad gasket.
Gaskets on the bottom of
Yep.
it. It's old.
And why didn't the goddamn moron, for all the other money he blew on this thing, why wouldn't he have put a new
Well, that was easy.
new carburetor base plate gasket?
Spark plug off already.
If it's leaking, it's sucking air
Yep.
too. And now throw your timer off.
Black building.
What?
Carbon.
What, old man? A vacuum leak would throw your timing off?
It's not wet, it's dry, but it's got that black
Oh
shit on it.
God, you're just as bad as him.
But,
Might find that in more than one plug.
yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Like these new ones.
Well, so far we know we're having a vacuum problem with the carburetor,
Yep.
mainly at the base, because the base is where it's leaking at.
How do you even
And
know?
then I gotta
You haven't
get
even
the,
got it to run to where you could spray around it and see it
There's a little
actually
ball
change
that goes
RPM.
into The jets.
Yeah.
I think I forgot to put that in, or it fell out, or something like that, and missed me putting that carburetor back together.
Oh my God, these guys are just coming off the fly with answers.
Yeah,
Or
it's black.
That one's
But you could probably clean it with the starter fluid.
I put it back.
No, I got my own, I got it in here.
Like
Should be right.
that, or you can, get, wire brush or sandpaper here. You can use
No, I got
sandpaper.
it right here. Starter fluid.
Yeah, you have to pull them all out. Might wind up throwing them all out. They're all boogered up.
Yeah, if that's the case, yeah.
Buy new ones. They ain't cheap no more.
Yes.
Where they get you
hey, old man,
more.
nothing's cheap. I don't know if you realize that. Look around.
I wouldn't leave gas. It's a hot day, you'll be cooking in there.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
You forget about it, pull it out.
See that piece of
Nothing like that.
phone. Piece of phone.
I gotta find out, I don't know, my key is. I came across a couple weeks ago. Memory ain't as good as it used to be.
Now, how old are you now?
73.
73?
That guy's 73. Holy shit! My dad's in way better
That's why I
shape
was
than
checking on you
him.
this morning, because I was here for about half an hour.
That guy, I thought he was like
The
83.
door was closed, so I was like, welfare check.
Hey.
Yeah, well, I'll check you on the weekends too, make sure you're all right.
Bill, I did that myself.
I did that myself too, I know how that feels.
Fucking called that
No.
No, just them cranking on it over and over, and then making assumptions again of what's wrong with it. Oh, it's got to be the base plate gasket. Oh, I might have left a jet out of the carburetor, or some bullshit like that. They're just coming up with stuff off the fly.
I don't make enough to pay somebody $800 in one.
And that old man, he was hilarious. He's like, "Oh, that vacuum leak will change the timing." Huh?
$50 a month if I picked them. What if you do with it? So I-
Yeah, pretty much.
Can't pay them all. We're all chasing me, I know.
There's nothing they can do about
They're
it.
the one I get it.
You're making an attempt.
You're 73, R&D?
$50 here, $50 there. When I don't have $50, I ain't getting none.
No, can't help you, pal.
You get $20.
There's a Phillips head screwdriver, so they didn't take every one of my tools, but they might as well have taken the ones that I needed.
Probably
What do you think? Think we should try it again?
can't take.
Oh, goddamn, you fooled me. I was thinking you were probably in your, I don't know, 40s or 50s. I mean, obviously, I've never seen you or anything, but
I wondered something about this. Hold on.
let me tell you what, if I'm crippled at any age or whatever to the point where I can't do anything, there's no point in being around anymore.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to
But
see
if I can stay in shape and if my mind doesn't go away, then I'm just gonna keep at it until I can't anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my biggest worries is like, you know, I don't know if you know, when I'm like talking on here, I kind of stutter and maybe I use the wrong words every once in a while. It's because it's probably maybe my ADHD or whatever, but I'm sitting here thinking about what I'm wanting to say as I'm saying it. So like if I'm just talking to you one-on-one, I don't pause and, you know, say things weird like that. But every time I get on a fucking video, I sit here and do this shit every single time. And I'm hoping that maybe one day I'll train myself enough to where I can actually, you know, just keep talking and talking and talking and not have any pauses or, you know, have to think about what I'm going to say next.
Yeah, it's the same thing with me. Like I always think it, you know, I had this and I had that, but then what they did with it, you know.
When I come back, I know I just found them blanks for the key, 2 of them back. I know they were around here.
It's the original door locks and trunk lock. Yeah,
But it's really frustrating to me when I'm on here, you know, doing this. Like when I'm, shut up. There's nothing even out there.
And those
Lay
two
down.
there are the originals. Yeah. Well, that's why I kept them though, because you never know, you know what I mean?
It's on TV. Stop.
Yeah. Let me get some sandpaper on this shit.
Yeah, that's probably one of the things I'm worried about.
No, it's been on the road before, after that, but sticker was inspected.
I try and keep my mind busy, always thinking about different things and reading articles and stuff. I mean, I actually want to go back to school. I just worried that, I mean, I'm going to have to start back over on pretty much everything. I've forgot a lot of stuff. But I want to go back for like trigonometry so I can learn how to run like a CNC programming and machine and all that. And
Yeah, R45.
I find that very interesting. But without that knowledge,
About $30.
to be able to measure radiuses and all that,
$34.
it
Where I go,
kind
I
of
get
puts me at a
little bit of
disadvantage.
discount. No, I go to,
Hey, he still has bolts
Yeah.
just sitting on the intake manifold.
yeah, they try to give me something, main bearings. They tried to give me main bearings that were already sized up for another car and took them off and tried to clean them up and then tried to sell them at full price to me. And I was
They
like, no,
didn't
I don't
even
think
probably
so.
look
It's not
at
what I
them.
asked for
Somebody
anyway.
probably
I asked for
returned them and
you
said,
know,
"Oh,
rod
I
bearings,
didn't
not
need
main
these."
bearings.
That shit happens all the time. I used to work at O'Reilly like a long, long time ago.
Yep.
It acts like they look at every single box that's returned.
People are freaking idiots, that's what it is, you know?
Yeah, everyone's an idiot except for Rich.
Yeah, I got all of them down there.
You know, and they got people that are on here hating me and talking about, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
The last,
Does anything I've said to you about this car act like I don't make any sense?
the last time.
Yeah, that sucks, Don.
I bitch up there in Bud Lake.
Yeah.
I went there 2 times to get gas tanks. So
My
I
neighbor,
took the wrong
who's
one.
also one of my bosses at work,
It's still the wrong one.
he, well, his wife
They can't do shit right.
is probably,
Screwed up on there because I was trying.
I'm gonna say she's probably early 60s or late 50s, and she's onset dementia.
I do have my, compression gauge, the new one in the car.
Why couldn't it happen to guys like Rich?
For the brake
Why does it
lines.
have to happen to people who, didn't deserve it?
I got a compression gauge down there on my old school shit.
But the thing is
Even the old time in life.
you want to keep your mind active. Now, I don't know if that's not saying that that's going to solve all that and it's going to keep your mind, but it does help keep your mind fresh. Doesn't mean you're not going to get Alzheimer's, you're not going to get dementia, but it is a, I don't know what you'd want to call it. Like, it is something you want to do to help
Oh, I didn't know they were
prolong
on.
something like that.
Oh, and I'm
Brain
sorry.
exercises.
I'm sorry, people. I didn't know. I didn't know we were being told.
Friends aren't normally for kids anyway.
Yeah, but I don't like cursing, especially on a Sunday.
Yeah. Yes, it is, R&D.
Try something real quick.
See any gas now?
I feel like sometimes, I don't know why, probably just because it's cold out and I don't have any power. Well, I don't have power in the shop. I just have an extension cord ran out there, so it's still not really that light out there, and I can't really run a bunch of stuff. So I don't go out there, and it's not insulated, and it's cold. So I'm sitting in here a lot watching bullshit on
looking at the engine right now.
YouTube.
You hear everything you want.
Try to watch more informational stuff than this dumb shit, but occasionally I'll do this, and after I get done, I feel dumber.
Leave the cap on.
Why?
Because I have a little trick going on with this. Let's see if this thing is still. And you gotta leave that on because there's a pinhole in the top,
Oh, okay.
and that's how I fill the bowl up.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you.
Yep. So you tell me, anything I've said so far about this car? Rears, that I have no knowledge about cars at all, or no?
You have knowledge. There's no doubt about that.
I'm not an ASC certified mechanic, but I know a lot enough about this car in order to get it to this point.
It's not running, so what the fuck does it matter?
Don't run their day.
I can take bolts off and put them back in too. Doesn't mean I know anything. That's a relatively simple process.
Stuck in it too.
Maybe a little ball check valve was not in there and maybe closing off the damn frickin' jets. Could be anything, you know?
I don't smell any fuel coming.
You mean the
No,
needle
that's
and
what I'm
seat,
saying.
Rich?
Same.
And I did fix
Do you even
the
know what a
fuel line.
needle and seat is?
I fixed the fuel line, but
Yeah.
that's only a temporary fix. I have brand new fuel line.
That's not fuel line. You went out and bought copper line. Like, why the fuck would you use copper line? They didn't even come with copper line from the factory.
Just check the air and run it into a gas can so you can get it running.
Only reason why this moron bought copper line is because he can get it at the hardware store, and it's easy to bend by hand.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't need a tube bender. Doesn't need to flare it. Well, I mean, you still should flare it, but I mean, you're not really gonna. Well, I guess you. I don't know. I guess you could flare a copper line.
But I'd rather the pinhole than have it splattering all over.
But the problem is copper's so thin and it's so soft that it seemed like if the flare would split at the ends. I don't know. I've never done it.
No, because if it was, it'd be coming out this damn place where I'm sure.
I'd much prefer use stainless. Then you never have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's where I've always had it running from before.
Fill up. Oh.
Again, these morons not gonna fuck with the timing.
Sit there forever.
The hell out of it.
But here you heard it live today. I called it. This thing's not gonna run.
Battery.
Not unless they fuck with that distributor, and that would be the only chance of it running because it did run half-assed before. But it's not gonna run right now. What in the hell are you doing, dude?
You just ain't kicking it in.
I can smell smoke though.
Yeah, it's in there. Definitely in there. You just don't want to kick yet. She almost kicked.
Huh?
She almost kicked.
Yeah. Almost and kicking are two different things though.
Yeah.
In my book. Either are or you're not.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks it's my fault. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, let's keep putting fuel in there.
Yeah.
Fucking Dumb and Dumber right here.
I'll have to get my battery charger next from the house.
Yeah. I use mine, but mine ain't any good.
You ready?
Yeah.
Nope.
You ain't gonna go.
No, she ain't gonna go. It's just gonna kill the battery. That's what it's gonna
Gonna
do.
kill the battery. I didn't like the look of that one plug, so I can imagine a couple other ones are boogered up. Filter, you had to fire it
I
over.
wanna see something though real quick.
You had to fire it over, right? It should fire.
Yeah, when it was at the house, it ran, you know, every time I filled up the carburetor. But this shit where it's leaking out on the side now is something new too, you know? And I don't know what the hell doofus did to the frickin' distributor. I don't even know if he has it right. He may have it wrong.
Well, genius, you're so smart. Why didn't you mess with it?
Watching him when he was doing that shit, you know?
You're really afraid of that distributor, aren't you?
Where's number one?
Number one is this one here.
Way back here,
It's this one.
it's this one.
Yep.
So it goes 1, 8,
Yep. It's, the firing order is right. There's not a problem with that.
4.
I'm worried, it could be also the vacuum advance too.
Oh, you're a
The vacuum
fucking
advance could be,
moron.
like broken inside.
That's not how the vacuum advance works.
You know?
Well, right here,
Oh.
because if this is leaking, it's shocking out.
Where the fuck did you learn this shit? You dumb son of a bitch. You're so fucking dumb.
I would probably rebuild the car.
Excuse my French.
Yeah, I have to redo that again.
Mhm. Take it off.
I'm worried about this intake manifold too. I think it's leaking as well, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, I don't think so, but
You never know.
you had it off.
Yeah, you never know.
I in order to check the push rods.
I don't see a new gasket on it. That's why I asked you, had it off or not.
No, it's got new gaskets.
Those are new, yep.
Fucking moron doesn't even know how a vacuum advance works. Doesn't work when you're cranking it.
Right now, I'm looking at the base of the carburetor and it's freaking soaked.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely thinking it's carburetor issues right there.
Yeah, when I sprayed in there, it's got to come out
Yeah,
when you turn it over, so that if that's blowing air out, that ain't helping.
right,
We got spark, we know that.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's good.
Exactly.
You don't have.
That's what I've been saying this
Well,
whole
we do,
time.
but we don't know if it's going into the, yeah, we don't know if it's going into the intake or not. It may just be,
The
bypass.
first
We don't
thing
know if
I
that's
look
on it.
at when they won't run like
It
that,
could be, like I said, the one thing right off
is
the bat is it's gotta be
timing.
the base of the carburetor.
Where's the distributor
So
at?
like this.
Make sure it's in time and then start adjusting it, get it to fire off, and then put a
That's
light
not
on it.
placed on the bottom.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously you make sure the engine has compression to begin with,
They don't have no filter.
which we all know this one doesn't,
That is
but
the filter right there.
if you didn't know,
They do, or is it old?
Now, that's the old fashioned style. What I did was I put that in the clean sink and I cleaned it out.
Okay,
Yeah, it was clear as a bell. Shit came right out, one end or the other.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
Kenneth, I've seen that video
As long as it
before.
does that, it's fine.
It's not hard at all. This moron keeps saying, oh, it's the base plate gasket, oh, it's the intake manifold gasket. It would still fire off. It would just idle up about, 2,000, however bad the leak is, the thing would fire off and just
And I'm
bring
pretty
its
sure the
RPMs
check
up.
valve was in there too. It's right.
It's as simple as that.
is it?
Yep.
It's just like a diesel, it'd be unmetered
There's
air.
a little bowl in there that's sitting in there.
I know I got another one barrel someplace. If we need parts. Yeah.
You got these two goddamn geniuses right here. Before you got in, I don't know if you were in here and you saw it, the old man was like, oh, vacuum leak changed the timing.
This.
Huh? What?
Yeah.
Are you high, dude? Maybe you need to go get your Geritol.
The oil bath back on because I don't want nothing in there. Mice or anything like that.
And then this moron, he's talking, oh, the vacuum advance must be broke.
They took all my friggin' tools.
Well, the vacuum advance
And
doesn't
there's your
come
rack.
on when you're sitting there cranking it over,
Just leave that
so
somewhere up where I can, in case I have to borrow from you again.
you're full of shit, dude.
Shocking, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Now I have another one, I gotta find it. Give me a.
Well, I mean, we all know Rich is dumb. He couldn't even get a lawnmower, Briggs and Stratton to stay running.
It's on the battery.
Yeah, I know I put it, yeah, there it is. I know I put it someplace. Well, you can get a run today, but maybe.
No, but we know what could be
A
possibly
single
wrong
cylinder with fixed timing
on a serious day.
and a simple carburetor, like literally as simple as you could get.
Can't get one, you can make them.
Yeah, I can get one.
Oh,
Excuse me.
that's a heavy little bugger, man.
Yeah, and that's the one even have any oil.
Never even loosened the
Well, that's
distributor
one of
up
the funny things
once
that I liked about this
to-
car. It's got all
to
the
move it
different
to
parts.
see if the timing was off.
Even when before I took the pistons out,
Yeah.
and the one guy was sitting there telling me, well, it's gonna make a damn bit of difference if you have, what do they call it, valve release, whatever the hell it is. Well, it's gonna make a big bit of a difference if you have two that are, with the release, and the rest of them are not with it, And I'm like, why? Like, it's not a high compression engine.
You're an idiot. That has nothing to do with it. Engines are balanced, you moron.
Somebody else told me that,
You throw it out of balance when you do that. Each piston when you go and you have a race engine built, they weigh they weigh the rods, they weigh the pistons.
And that was somebody that was on,
They don't just throw random shit in there and, oh yeah, there we go.
yeah.
Well, you do.
That's why I said, like, with everything going on now, like after Sunday,
See, that's why I like the bulbs, where you're clear, you can see the gas in,
yeah.
you can see what's going on.
See, after Sunday next week,
Yeah.
I have to move down to, Route 10 and 46, that motel down there for one day. Because they only allow 3 weeks at one place, so then I gotta move back up on Monday. Until I find a place. It's more of a permanent thing,
Yeah, you won't. You're gonna piss all your money away until you have nothing. You'll be living with this old bastard.
Plus,
55 years old. They don't want to rent out to an old man.
Of course.
Yeah, they think I'm some kind of damn, what, degenerate?
You are a degenerate. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
I put that in my pocket.
Well, you saw it, folks. The failure of Rich 220.
My cell phone out from underneath the hood before I forget it.
Can't even get a small block Chevy running.
Okay. That's in there.
So he'll come back on his live stream days from now or whatever, and he'll keep making the same excuses. It's gotta be that vacuum advance. It's gotta be the base plate. It's gotta be the intake manifold gasket. This guy would fail high school auto shop.
Yeah, sure. And again, it's just a matter of figuring out what the hell the damn total problem is. Well, the plugs that are in there are new. Yeah.
It reminds me of those kids back in the early 2000s after they watched Fast and Furious and they thought they knew everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you got to remember this car.
They're like, I'm going to put
a sludge.
a header and exhaust on this thing and it's going to give it 35,000 horsepower.
You know.
You transfer it.
No, I put the intake manifold in the sink, the clean sink. The same with the heads, and then I took a paintbrush, a horsehair paintbrush, and did the valley of the intake manifold with the paintbrush and diesel fuel. So got all the shit out of it that I could, you know. Yeah.
He said he was losing his chin too. Sure doesn't look like it. That chin looks
So,
bigger than ever.
So a friend of mine, Larry. Say hi, Larry.
I hope he goes and buys another carburetor. He'll probably buy a cheap Amazon one.
Until next time.
And it still won't run.
Yeehaw, but at least I got the trunk open and I found out, yes, Renegade, the guys did take your tool that you gave me.
Good.
It's gone.
Good. I'm glad they did.
Bunch of douchebags. Can't keep their hands off other people's shit. Come on.
Yeah, they weren't stealing much. A $50 cheap Chinese impact with like 5 sockets.
Oh, yeah.
If anything, they did you a favor, Rich. Have your buddy Renegade get you another one off Amazon. Keep supporting those Chinese.
I gotta get that fucking flathead screwdriver and these sticker pushes. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Don. I mean, even the Milwaukee stuff's made in China, but at least Milwaukee is a name brand, and they have to live up to that. So they have to make decent products. And that's the line I'm invested in, the M12, the M18s, mainly M18 stuff, but even the DeWalt stuff's okay. I just prefer the Milwaukee. I don't know. I mean, there's other brands. There's Hilti. There's Makita, which is, I think, still a lot of it might be made in Japan. I'm not sure. But Alloy Man, come on. Might as well just bought it off Temu or Temu, however it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Supporting the cheapest of cheap. Slave labor. That's what I can't stand about that asshole, that Renegade. He's a suck ass to this piece of shit. And he's actually supposedly like ex-military. And yet he's out there promoting all this cheap Chinese garbage tools.
We go get the other cords.
The fucking embarrassment to this country. No thank you for your service, asshole. Doesn't even support American jobs. And don't get me wrong, it has nothing to do with people. I have no problem with anyone in the military. I mean, I thank them for their service, but people like him, just because you serve doesn't mean you're not a piece of shit. And doesn't mean I need to respect you either for that. And I mean, who are these assholes to be calling out Uncle Brian over that? You know? None of their goddamn business anyways. I mean, this dumb fuck wouldn't have even made it past basic training, so...
Oh, yeah.
Come on, get back in front of that camera. I want something to talk about here.
Back. I didn't have any trouble with back. 55. Right. After this. Uncovered his plate up, Rich. Good. I covered the plate like halfway up. Yeah. So they know it's a plate on it, but yet they can't read the number. Yeah, kind of like they can read a little bit, but they know there's a plate. So like that.
I didn't believe he said where he was staying or whatever. He said he had to switch hotels for one day or some bullshit.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Roxbury Hotel. Why does that name sound familiar to me?
Need another cord?
No, good.
Got enough?
What have you been working on lately, Classic?
They can't make it.
Yeah.
I haven't been to your page in a little while.
Well, it's,
Or
you know,
your
it's
channel.
Well, you can't see.
It's covered and they shouldn't give you any problems. The only time they give you a problem is when a damn thing's sitting out and exposed.
Yeah. People talk about-
Yep.
that's-
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, that's why I just, plus I don't want to put it through.
Right.
Fuck, people-
Ah, okay. Good. We'll keep note of that.
I wanna get this thing running.
We'll
That
get,
much I do wanna do, you know.
we need more of a weather. Fuck.
And I gotta stop having Titans. in my
It's
truck.
funny, this guy, he was saying earlier, he's all worried about his shitty paint job, yet he puts a regular heavy duty tarp over it. That way it rubs the paint right off of it, since there's not even any clear on it or anything. What a genius. Oh, 92 Trans Am, huh?
Yeah, so everything else I did.
So my buddy, he has
went well.
I think his is
Rod Dines.
87 or 88 or something like that. He's building well, it's a 350. But he's keeping
The two things I do. Fuel line is-
he's keeping the tune port set up on it, but he's running a different. It's like a ported
And I have. right-
intake. I can't think of
I also have,
the damn name of the intake now. But it's like a reproduction, but it's a lot larger, and he's running like a 90 millimeter throttle body on it. I think he's actually running Pro Comp heads on it.
Yeah, and it might be the, like I said, the thing inside might be dried out.
But he's restoring the whole thing. He's a painter too. His is that red color. I'm kind of colorblind, so it's hard. It almost looks like it's like a reddish orange to me. Yeah, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's like a very common color for the Trans Ams.
At least see what I could do. You know? Yeah. Well, I could buy another kit.
Yeah, it's not a Holly though. It's
Keys and everything.
it'll come to my mind later. If I could get off here and look at my phone, I could find a picture of it. There's a name cast right into the top of the intake.
But that's the reason why it's not running.
Fuck, the more I think about it, the more I'm gonna forget.
Yeah.
It'll come to my mind.
Yeah.
When I remember it, I'll send you a message on here.
Yeah. Well, we tried.
They basically, the company bought
And it's starting to get cold, so I thought I had another jacket.
the
on my
patent
car,
or
and
the
I just
casting
went
or
up there.
whatever from GM to reproduce those TPI intakes, because it looks just like the factory one. It's just larger.
You know, maybe when we get another day that's been like this earlier. We really don't have much time to do it though, because once the sun goes down, it gets cold out here. So,
Don't worry, you have enough fat on you. I'm sure you'd stay warm.
Larry, what we could have done is done like this. Now it's behind the license plate. Hey. You know, you could.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't really know much about the TPI stuff, to be honest. I mean, I do like that Gin Camaro, but I've never been a huge fan of the Trans Am Firebirds. I just never thought they looked as good. Like, I mean, I would take an IROC or just even an RS before I would take, any of the Trans Ams or Firebirds, until you got into the, what gen is that? Whatever the last gen is, where where you had the LS cars in the mid 90s. God, I swear I'm fucking getting Alzheimer's or some shit because I can't ride. I should be remembering this stuff and I'm not. I don't sleep very well, so that's probably part of it. I get brain fog. Well, and see, he's also not running the factory ECU and whatnot on it. He's switched to a fast or something like that. Oh, I guess that's it, huh? Froze up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all that shit doesn't last forever. That's like on the Fox bodies, like all the factory wiring. That's why they sell reproduction injector harnesses now. I'm going to back out of this and go back in it and see if he's still online. Oh, I don't know why it freezes like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's my TV or what. It doesn't do that on my phone.
Listen, in February, around February 12th, I forget what they were leaving, but we're going away for a week. But like Larry and Allie are going to stay at my house, and Donna's going to let the dogs and take care of the cats and stuff. But Allie and Larry are going to be sleeping at my house, so you see different activity. And if you see anything other than that, you know, give me a text.
Oh, yeah, right.
Me in Puerto Rico, there's not much I can do about it, but.
Yeah, exactly. Well, on my notchback, I'm not even going to run anything, any computer on that. I'm just going to put a carburetor on it and run it. Probably like a 750 or something. It's just going to be a
Yeah, you know, as I sold my house,
fairly,
you know, on
I wouldn't say
5
mild, but it's not going to be anything crazy. Probably just run it with the stock pistons for now. So it'll probably be like a 9-to-1, 351 with
They have
a
these
with a.
trailers
I have
that
an
are
E or a B cam I can put in
They
it,
wanted too much of them, they had too
and then I
many
have
special issues.
AFR enforcers.
So I'd rather have something like that because then I don't feel like I'm totally wiped out of everything that I've had, you know?
And if it runs in the 12s,
Get a trailer and park it in
I'll be
Larry.
happy for now.
No.
'Cause I want to get the
No, he
suspension
don't even
dialed
want me to be
in.
here, so. He's like, he's got the car, that's enough, so. He doesn't want a tenant, he doesn't want any of that shit.
And then my other notchback, that's a manual car, I'm gonna just put a 302 in it for now. And then I actually just got from a kid who was parting out 351 Granada, which they're really hard to find the engine mounts because they use a mount that bolts to the engine. Then they use the rubber mount that bolts from that to the
So once it gets
cross
back
member.
for a living, it just screws
And they're super hard to come by. And a kid just he happened to be getting parting one out, and I go, hey, I'll give you $100 for those. He sent them out, so I have those. Now I can pull the straight six out of the Granada and put 302 in that, get that running. It already has a C4 in it. All I need to do is buy a 157 tooth flex plate. Pop that baby in there, and well, it has to be not only does it have to be 157 tooth, since that's a late model engine, it's a 50 ounce imbalance. So I'll have to get one that matches up with that. And then I pop that baby in there, and
You gotta get somebody.
Granada will have a V8 finally.
You know, like somebody like my age would be more responsible than somebody that's a teenager.
Oh, shut the fuck up about your being responsible.
Now,
You're
you
the
know
you're the
that
last
there's
person
such
that's
thing as
responsible.
charging
I know
yourself
kids that
for
are more responsible
normal
than
wear and
you.
tear. That's against the law for you to do that. That much I do know.
Yeah, the thing that those mounts suck though because they don't have any aftermarket mounts. But I mean, it doesn't need urethane mounts or anything special for a stock 220
See, the
horse.
thing is, I work for Cassidy
302.
Transport, so you know I don't have a criminal record.
There you go.
When I was younger, I used to take care of the elderly. I was a PCA for 15 years.
All right, Don. We'll catch you later. Have a good day.
All right, guys, we're gonna let the dogs out. Oh yeah, they went to the hospital, dude. I thought I saw them go in their chair, and I saw them bring in a stretcher.
His house. Hey Larry, you notice something? I shaved.
I'll see you guys later.
Still don't fix that rotten tooth
No, I
though.
had to go buy another razor. I couldn't find the shit that was in the storage unit.
Why would you put your razor in the storage unit? Why wouldn't you carry it in a bag with you?
Buzzes it right off.
Again, one of the dumbass moves that this guy
I'm
makes.
like, nah, that ain't gonna work because it ain't gonna
Or
take
has
the damn
made.
shit off. Yeah. Well, I got a little peach fuzz going on, so I got a little more shaving to do, but
I need to cut that mop.
yeah. Yeah, what is it called?
Sort of that pimple on your face is, or whatever, whatever
really?
you want to call that, is getting
That's
larger
those
by
kinda
the
like
day.
water can things.
Oh, he's definitely scamming. He's using this old guy just to store his car there because he's too cheap to go get a storage unit. Well, I mean, he has a storage unit, but I mean, he's too cheap to store his car there. He probably can't work on it there either.
You got an attic and a basement in this house?
But yeah, he loves to take advantage of other
No
people.
attic up?
Took advantage of the guy who put the starter in the car. Took advantage of
Can't walk in.
another guy he knew a while back. Before that,
So one bedroom?
yep, you can't stay there. You're not going to
Two,
sleep
but
in
I-
the same bed as him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he said he met him at Walmart, but it could have been the senior center, maybe. Guy's old enough. He's
I mean, you gotta
supposedly
have room to-
73.
gotta have room to move around, you know? It's like that one day that I was over here the last time. Yeah. That one day that I was over here the last time, I was falling asleep in the chair, you know? Yeah, he would have woke me to hell up and say, hey, you can't sleep here. Don't start picture no text here, damn it. Yeah. Yeah, I would have kept, because my eyes just kept closing. I couldn't keep them open. I'm trying to listen to you, but it's like,
Well, that's what
Not
happens when
working,
you're a
you know?
fat, lazy slob. You just fall asleep whenever.
yeah, you know, because sometimes I don't sleep, you know, like I'll be up until 1, 2 in the morning, then I'll sleep at 3 and wake up at 5, you know? Yeah, well, that's the way it is with me with the water pill.
Yeah, the water pill.
Uh,
We wouldn't want you to blow up 80 pounds in
I have
2
to- I have
hours.
to keep taking it because I can feel like the bottom of my intestinal area expands every time I drink something, like it gets bigger. You know, so I have to keep taking it. Otherwise,
This guy's so full of shit.
yeah, but you know what? I'd rather do that than choke to death. You know?
So full of shit, your eyes
You
are
know,
brown.
I still have 17 people on here. They're still like to sit there.
We're mocking you.
Yeah, they don't care. They like it. Hey, some people will like sitting there hearing people chat, you know?
Oh,
Well, hey, what the hell, you know? It's something to talk about. Yeah.
I ain't taking it. I can't.
Yeah, you can't keep waking up in the middle of the night going to the bathroom all the time, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I like to be able to sleep during that time, not up all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Burp and swallow it, Rich. He loves to swallow his
The
own
reason why I
burps.
didn't want to bother you today is because it's Sunday.
So,
I was here like before 9 o'clock, but I waited for a while and I kept talking to the people while I was online. And I'm like, I don't want to wake him up because he might be asleep. His door's not open. You know, his truck is here, so either he's walking around or
he's probably
sleeping.
not like you where he sleeps half the
But I didn't
day.
want to wake you up. That's the point. I didn't want to disrespect somebody, you know?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, where'd you go?
Hey, Rich, if you want to make money, why don't you be a spokesman for Marlboro? Or wait, you're probably too poor. You probably don't smoke those. You probably smoke like, what are those cheap ass cigarettes? Are those, no, not Virginia Slims.
Well, mine, I really can't.
Shit.
You know, mine is, I've already tried, even just.
I don't smoke, so I couldn't tell you. I know there's a cheap ass brand that I remember back in the day that
You know?
a girl that I know, her mom
Like
used to
now,
smoke them all the time.
That's probably what I do have.
It's like native,
You know, because like right
American
now, this is
spirits
not
or some
bothering me.
shit
I'm
like that.
Not having any coughing attacks or anything like that, but when I do now, it's not that dry hacking cough. It's actually mucus coming up. No, I didn't do that. Yeah. Yeah, but they didn't do any of that. And the only thing that they did know about me was that, 3 years ago I had a heart attack.
I'm up at weird hours because I work nights, so I stay in that schedule of being up late
Yeah,
and
everybody's telling me
then
no way
sleeping
now.
in. But even then, like today, I was up
I
at,
don't know, but the only thing I know is I saw.
when I get up at
a
like,
TV screen.
I actually woke up, I
I
didn't go
seen
to
this
bed
wire
till
going up like this.
3 o'clock, and then I woke up at like 8 o'clock this morning, and I go, oh shit, I need to go back to
Yeah, but
sleep.
the thing is, they put
That's
mine
not
in
enough
right
sleep.
above my groin.
So I went back to sleep, and then I woke up at like
That's what I'm saying, they
11:30,
put it just in above my groin, so-
and then this asshole came
Yeah.
on, and so I just got up and started doing this.
Yeah. So then after that, it was, the second bout was in April of this year, the day before my 55th
I've never
birthday.
been a morning
that
person
was,
either. Like I always like to. I don't ever have to wake up to an alarm or
This
anything.
leg was 2 times the size of my left leg. And, I told you, when I went across the bottom of my stomach where my kidneys are, and I put an imprint in it,
Yeah,
and I let it go and then came back to it, the imprints were still there.
I've taken too many days off lately. I'm off 3 days a week, and
If I don't.
I really
take it-
haven't been doing shit lately. I
See, that's why they should
got
give
my-
me disability.
one Thunderbird on the car trailer finally and got it to where I'm going to take it to my buddy's shop and use his plasma cutter and cut the rear quarter panel off of it. And then I need to be careful
Taking it to
and get the back window out of it without breaking it.
You know?
And
Anytime
then
I
that
feel
car
really
can
hard,
go to
that's a big
scrap.
difference. Plus, I'm taking blood pressure medication.
And then,
I'm taking heart valve.
then I need to start figuring out which car I'm going to work on next.
So,
And then my fuel pump went out in my Lightning clone.
yeah.
Just from it sitting, I guess. Pulled it into the shop or into the garage here and started it a few times, let it run, and then I just went to fire it up again. I have no fuel pressure.
Oh, yeah.
No pump doesn't even turn on, so I need to see what's going on there. Get that thing running again.
Insurance, so it's like they told me, my cardiologist is like, if you got.
It's like always something when you have 13 cars.
You know, we could charge you like $100 and, you know, do something for you anyway. I was like, all right, you know, because the hospital is definitely going to be charity care. I can't afford that. I don't make that kind of money.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I could do that. That's what I was thinking. I was almost thinking like maybe even go around the window, the outside with like a heat gun to warm it up.
Like, you know, then they're sitting there busting my chops because I decided to be like.
I need to get
smart.
one of those tools to pull off the trim though. All the, you know, all the outer trim, the way that, I don't know if Chevys are the same way, but the Fords, they use that like little spring that locks it in underneath.
Thing to back up something in case I have a problem down the road. Is that money's not always gonna be there, it's gonna be used.
But I want to
build,
say, I want to save that trim before
So
yanking
it'd
it
be
off.
this, my credit card,
Just because
all
that Thunderbird stuff is hard to find. It's not like the Mustang stuff where you can, you know, find it left and right.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't even know how to go through the process of that shit, you know? And these people were convinced, some of them on here, that the ones that hate me anyway, they're convinced that I was on foreclosure anyway. I wasn't, I was going to be, but there's a difference between being on foreclosure and not quite yet being on foreclosure. So in other words, when you get to sell your house, that means you're not on foreclosure. Even though it may list it on all these damn websites like Zillow and shit like that, pre-foreclosure, that doesn't mean it is. You know, the documentation that you have in your possession tells a different story. You know,
Okay.
that's what it was with me.
Yeah, I
They
can
didn't
do
know
that.
And they're all assuming that, you know, I'm an idiot and my house is being taken from
You
me,
are an
it's gonna
idiot.
be sold off in an auction or a sheriff's sale and all this shit. And I'm like, you people have no idea what the hell you're talking about. I got out of there just in time so that way that didn't happen. Because what they kept doing was they were messing around with a, what the hell were they doing? We were doing a loan modification. And what they kept doing was just screwing around with the documents, whatever one they wanted. They were playing tic-tac-toe. Well, we don't want this one, we want this one. Now we don't want that one, we'll take this one. And it was pissing me off because I'm going nuts, you know? Yeah, but the problem with that is
Yeah.
there has to be a certain amount of money in order for you to be able to do that.
He doesn't listen to anyone. That's his problem. Like he's making all this stuff up in his head as he goes.
Yeah.
He listens to like, so if somebody says something, he listens to about a 16th of what they say, and then he comes up with his own conclusion in his head of what they actually said.
What the hell they call it, survival rights.
This fucking moron, why would he have had an arm loan anyways? Like he had years he could have refinanced and got a fixed rate. And he would have had probably depending on how his credit was, he could have had a 4% or less interest rate. This fucking dumb shit waits until interest rates are 8%.
She can't even follow me if she wanted to. You know? No, she set it up for it to be a variable mortgage. The interest rate got out of control and it wound up being more than what I make.
Oh yeah, blame your ex.
So when it gets to that point, it pretty much makes everything snowball. Yeah, well, the mortgage rate never went down. It always kept going up. The interest rate was 10.785%.
Oh.
Yeah, well, you can't do that with a variable. And you can't do that with a company that doesn't refinance either, even though they tell your ex-wife
that they could do it. They couldn't do shit.
Then you go with a different mortgage company, you goddamn moron. I've done this countless times.
Yeah.
Like I just called recently to find out with who I have my second mortgage or my equity when I built my shop, because I want to refinance that because I'm at a 6.5% interest rate on that right now because I waited too long to go ahead and refinance it. And rates, it was on a variable because that's how 90% of the equity line of credits are. But I found a place that does fix, so I went with them. But now I'm locked in at 6.5, which is higher obviously than I'd like to be. So I called them not too long ago, and rates are still even higher than what
That was the same thing with my house.
I'm at right now. So I'm just gonna have to play the waiting game until they go down.
Brooklyn Stanhope Road. But the problem was when they got to my house, they ran out of funding. So guess what? My house was still with a well pump. Right. No.
No, I bet you he makes hauling kids around. I'm gonna say he probably made like $15 an hour. This guy's never made big money his whole life.
All right, Larry.
I make no less than $1,000 a week. Usually it's higher than that. And that's not even enough money. I want more. I'm not gonna be happy until I'm, making $5,000 a week.
And you could hear it when I was cranking it.
I don't know how realistic that is. I don't think I'm that smart, but
Cranking at all.
if I made $2,500, let's say, a week, I'd be happy.
You gotta have tools in order to do these things, and yes, Renegade sent me a battery ratchet set or whatever.
Impact, you moron.
Stole it. They stole out of the car outright, and they had no right being in the car to begin with.
Yeah, they did. You left it on the property, so it became theirs at that point. When you abandon something on somebody else's property,
So
it ends up being
what
theirs.
you gotta deal with. Now, I have no tools except for what he has there, and the tools that I have here, I got like multiple timing lights. I'm like, what good is it? Don't even have a friggin' ratchet or sockets.
What good is it? You don't even know how to use a timing light. You've never once put a timing light on that engine. You can't even get it to run long enough.
God, these houses are so small, man. One right in front of me looks like it's a one-room house. I can't imagine them paying that much money on it.
Perfect for your fat ass. He does that with everything. Valve release pistons, like everything he says, he doesn't even know the right terminology.
The biggest problem with these houses here in this area is that they are too close together.
See, he's bitching again.
There's no privacy.
He's bitching about these houses being too close together, yet he was going to move into a mobile home park. Are you kidding me, dude? You're living in a fucking hotel room. How much closer do you want to be?
What else is new? I'm not very happy about that, but like I said, you don't have the tools to do anything with it.
You're telling me you didn't have a 9/16 wrench? You could have loosened that distributor up? You're a stupid motherfucker.
Cloud coverage. Overcast.
Can't believe you wasted an hour and 45 minutes of my time. Not to mention everyone else's time that's sat around here to sit here and mock you with me.
There's a piece of property right next to this guy's house for sale.
You can't afford it. What's it matter? Go buy some more Hot Wheels. Exactly, classic, exactly.
It'd be
He
funny.
probably listens to the person against the wall there while they're having sex,
Put him right next to the property of his house.
like the
Yeah,
perv
just
that he
awesome.
is.
Really had no privacy then. I don't like the piece of property that's there anyway. It looks like it's a place for water to build up. Anybody still here, or are y'all just sitting here in vegetation state?
Probably in vegetation state after listening to you talk. But I'm sure you got your suck ass buddy like Joe Madden sitting there jerking off to your video. Oh, come on, Rich. We support you. Oh, yeah. And his other asshole buddy, Tim. Don't worry, Rich. I'll kick everyone out for you. And that guy's a coward himself. Hey, Jeff, how's it going? Back again.
No, I got 18 in here, but nobody's saying nothing. We got bad internet connection or what?
No, we're all in here recording you. Yep, I called it. Loser didn't do nothing today. Farted around for however long it was. Too long. Cars still don't run. Still coming up with absurd conclusions to why it doesn't run. It's perfectly obvious to everyone who knows. Not to this brainless moron.
I'll read that in a minute. I can't do it right this second.
He can't do it right this second. Then he immediately starts looking at the phone.
No, I don't know. Might be. Not from Larry. Larry's got his own place. He's only got one bedroom. So that's not a good idea going there.
Oh, why not?
Some
You guys
people
can cuddle.
like to have their privacy. They don't like to have tenants and stuff like that, you know?
They certainly wouldn't want a slob like you living there.
Good thing that, he allowed me to my car there, you know? Even that I thought was going to be.
Yeah, because heaven forbid you couldn't
He's a decent guy.
rent a place to store it at. You'd rather spend your money on Hot Wheels and dumbass shoes for kids. Fucking ugly ass shoes. Who the hell wants to wear a set of red or blue shoes like that? My fucking Ariat boots cost more than both those pairs of shoes. They were like $200 for the pair. Don't talk to me about your badass shoes. You don't know what a pair of good shoes are. Oh, I will. I'll go look it up after this. Probably the only hotel he can't get kicked out of.
Nah, I feel weird about going on that property too. It's like, it's not my house anymore. Not a good idea.
Yeah, that's what I saw or heard him say. He drove by his old house. So that means that old dude's house can't be too far away from where he used to live. Hell, you might even, if they have an updated aerial view, you might even be able to find it on Google Earth. Wouldn't be hard to spot that piece of shit car. Red house, ugly blue piece of shit Chevy. Are you serious? It's freezing again. Hey, he did all that to himself. He could have stayed where he was at if he would have kept his mouth shut. But he chooses to put all his dirty... sorry, I got sidetracked there. He puts all his dirty laundry out for everyone to see on here. I'm pretty sure they know about the shit coming up through the toilets and the bathtub and shit. I'm pretty sure he's just staying in a dump hotel or motel.
Got a tailgater on me. Probably some damn kid. Got no respect for his own vehicle. Why should he have respect for anybody else's?
I'd love to tailgate this asshole. Like I said, get out and do something about it. Prick.
Yep, starting to get cold out again. The only problem about going up there in the middle of the day is
Oh, there's a problem with
They won't get
everything,
anything
DeRich. The only problem. Rich, you've never said one good thing about anything in your whole pathetic life. All you do is bitch. That's why no one likes you. That old man is going to get tired of you as well. Give it time. You're just not over there enough. I hope he did. I hope he does get the COVID bird flu.
Good riddance to bad rubbish. Frickin' tailgater.
Meanwhile, you're staring at your phone the whole time, not at the road. You're such a perfect driver, Rich. How come you don't have your CDL? You're such a great driver. I don't think this guy's had enough beatdowns in his life. Might need a couple more. There's no way he has a Class B. And if he does, it's a Class B for like a bus, not a Class B as in like a semi.
I don't know who it was that bought my house. I don't know if he was Spanish, Cuban, Indian. I have no idea. Doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, pick your nose. Disgusting. Surprised you didn't eat it, Rich.
That's walking around with a pressure washer on his shoulder. That doesn't scream stolen.
Yeah, that's funny, Rich. See, he only talks shit when he's by himself. I bet he doesn't open his mouth when he's around other people and talk like this. He'd get shut up real fast. And no respect for anyone, even if you don't like the fucking person.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, folks. I really don't know yet. I mean,
I'm only 5'6" and like 155, 160 pounds. I'm not that big myself, but I'm in shape, and he's not. But I also know when to pick my fights. Like, I don't just go around mouthing off to every person I see that I don't like.
That's why I was hoping something was going to come of.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's more than 300. I think he's like 350.
But I can't stay out of work forever.
Well, you need a Class A smooth for a tractor trailer.
I don't have that kind of money.
And then depending on what you're pulling, like if it's a hazmat, then you got to have a hazmat endorsement. And that there's all sorts of different endorsements. But like I said, you can have a Class B, but there's like a Class B for a bus or something like that. It's different than a semi Class B, like a dump truck. I think that's what I might have missed it in the comments, but Class B with air brakes. Whereas I think there's a Class B that I don't know if it doesn't have air brakes or like I said, there's one for a bus, and like buses are big RVs or whatever, maybe. And then there's the other.
For now.
This guy couldn't get one for a semi because he couldn't get out. Because normally, at least this is the way I was told it was, because I don't have a CDL, but my buddy drives truck, and I swear he had told me years ago, like, they make you get out. You have to know how to adjust the brakes and check for all this stuff. There ain't no way he'd get his fat ass out and be able to do that. He wouldn't even know what he was looking at.
So you had to test everything out in order to see what's going on. Well, as we speak right now, it needs the bottom of the carburetor rebuilt. And, apparently all the spark plugs.
Yeah, slack
carbon buildup
adjusters,
out.
yep.
And that car hasn't even run long enough to actually have anything build up any carbon, so I don't get that. Didn't wipe out any of the cam lobes. That much I do know.
How the fuck do you know? You've never
he
even
says
looked
that
in
himself.
there.
He used to work, I think it was Chevrolet Corporation a long time ago.
You're just repeating the same bullshit.
You know, and he's also agreeing with me on the fact that regardless of what all these petty-minded people may think, I do know something about cars.
No, you don't know shit.
Certified mechanic, ASE certified mechanic, but
I'm not an ASE certified mechanic either, you dumb shit, and I know way more than you.
And it's from.
I could build an engine.
It's good enough for me. It may not be good enough for some people, but you know, nobody tells these people that they have to actually watch my channel. You don't like what I do, you don't like what I talk about, you know.
So you like being an idiot, is what you're saying. You love being an idiot. You like doing things not correctly.
You know, the thing is, like I said,
Incorrect.
just trying to sit there and get this car running, but there are certain obstacles that are in the way right now that are preventing me from doing anything.
Yeah, we'll see how that carburetor rebuild works out for you. We'll see if it'll run after that.
Trying to get some time under my
It
belt
won't.
so I can get pay stubs, so I can actually establish another residence, because staying at motels and stuff like that is all great and dandy, but you know, ultimately you have to have your own address. You know what I mean? Your own.
Oh,
place.
great and dandy.
And
Yeah, okay.
I can't do that if I'm, you know, here, and all over the place. So I have to deal with one thing at a time. Like today, I had some time to deal with the car, so I went up to see what was going on with it. I didn't have time to go out to PA to take a look at any trailers or anything else like that right now, so we'll bypass that today. But if something pops up, I'm not going to stop and not.
He didn't have time to go to PA today because he's wasting time on that piece of shit car.
But everything takes time. Everything is a process, and you know it doesn't happen overnight. You know, a lot of some of these people actually that don't like me think that it's supposed to happen overnight. Not everything does, and that's just the reality of it.
It's not about it being overnight. It's about being realistic about things. And you fuck around at the store looking at Hot Wheels when you should be out looking at places to live.
It's kind of childish, you know what I mean? Trying to see, why is your thing blackened out, man? What'd you do? See if that helps us this way, maybe. Oh, he retracted the message. I don't know, I might rent the guy.
Well, he's already messed with the carburetor once, so who the hell knows how fucked up he already screwed it up, you know?
Into the poorhouse, then I'm all well and good, you know? And no, it's not John Gustafson's house, it was actually Max Goldman's house.
Exactly. Classic, yeah. I mean, that's probably the equivalent to me doing like body work. Have I done a little bit of it? Yeah, but I'm not going to go on here and claim that I know anything about it. Like, my welds aren't even the best. I mean, they're okay, but they're not, you know, there's guys out there that, you know, can do a lot better job than I can. But I also don't,
Enough of that for one day.
I don't do it enough to get more proficient in it. But at least I have a nice welder. I do have a Miller 211, so at least I'm starting out with something nice. I'm not starting out with a Harbor Freight welder. I think his rebuilding of the bottom of the carburetor is a base plate gasket. I think that's his
2 new subscribers.
his rebuild.
And an hour later, I get 2 less subscribers.
Yep. Oh, that place looks like a dandy. Hey, remember that room 6, wherever he's at now, and it's blue door.
All right, I am done for outside. for
Take
my
note,
evening.
guys.
We pull this up. I will be right back, folks.
You gonna go take a shit? Why don't you just do it on camera? You do everything else on camera.
Wait.
This guy's so dumb. He gives away his location every single time. Now you should call up some escorts and send him to his place. And they get there and they knock on the door and he's like, "Oh, I'm broke." They'll beat his ass because they'll be mad that he drug him out there. Yeah, exactly. Hold on one second. I don't know if this is going to freeze or not. I had somebody text me.
Okay. Oh. Now let's see. Okay, so that's where we stand as far as car goes. Nothing much more I can do about it at this point.
God, that place must be a dump. Look at the wall.
That's about the size of it, folks.
He's staying at the Barry Beamer Hotel. Motel, I mean. Sorry, hotels are higher end. This guy, he's not high end. He's low class.
This seems to have potential to actually.
Well, we don't know if they want to do that though, Jeff. That's the thing, you know? I don't even know.
Why am I not
That's all
seeing
straight
these
out. So,
comments
you know,
on
better
here?
off having somebody that's older than somebody that's younger because,
Fuck.
you know, people get their own place and they're at a younger age, they start thinking that.
Damn it. I gotta stop this. I gotta figure out how to get over on this. I don't use the TV that much for YouTube. Oh, there it goes. I wanted to see the comments. Jeff from Two Hacks was on there commenting. I told Jeff, I go, I don't know why you're wasting your fucking time on this guy. You're better than that. This guy doesn't give a shit about you. Oh, unless he was talking to Jeb, but not Jeff.
Yeah.
That could be.
Wow, that was a big drop off. I don't know, Jeb.
Yeah, Jeb, not Jeff. I think Jeff actually took my advice and told him to fuck off finally. This guy doesn't drink anything but Arizona teas as well. Good for those rotten teeth of yours. And all that sugar for that big belly. Why does this idiot wear 2 chains on his neck too?
Well, you want to give me some juice, then? Yeah, is this your spot? This is what I have.
Yeah, Steel. That exactly.
Yeah, I think we want to get off here, folks.
Yeah, you might as well. You haven't done anything all day.
We're a minute to the car. Nothing I can do about it until I get some tools again. And, some, gasket sets for carburetor and stuff like that.
And then it still won't run. We'll be here to record it though. See, you look like a fool once again.
No, not that I know of. Yeah, I meant to help him. I'm at a place that I can afford, let's just put it that way, without breaking the bank.
I'd rather sleep in my car than stay at a dump like that. That Jeb's trolling him. Do a tour of the place.
All right, folks. I'm gonna get on out of here. I'll see you in the next one. All right? Have a good week. Bye.
Well, there you go. 2 hours and 12 minutes of wasted time. Well, look at Dave's online.
Give me 1 second and I'll be back.
I'm probably gonna get off here though. I've had enough of YouTube for today, or at least for right now. I need to get out and do shit.
It's been damn good.
Well, what's up, Aaron?
I got the new tires right over here, Philip. I don't know if you can see them. You see them? That's what I'm waiting on. Just my rims.
Yeah, if you guys don't follow him yet,
I'll give her a shout
go follow
too.
Dave at DRC Garage. Or DRC Racing, I mean.
Yeah, man. Mark sent me that, I had a leak at my drain plug. And he sent me another one that fit just like a glove.
Ah, okay.
Now, this is a Duster, but I do have a Cuda back in the back there. I'll be getting started on that pretty soon.
Yeah, that guy's a character, that's for sure. Well, I think that's enough for me for now. I should probably do some videos of me working on the cars, but
1 sec, guys.
I've been very motivated lately, and every time I go out there and work on them, the last thing I think about is grabbing the camera and going out there, or the phone, I should say, and going out there and recording it. I'm not like Jabba. I don't just, I need everyone to see what I'm doing 24/7. I mean, if I ever want to get anywhere on YouTube, I kind of need to do that, but I just don't. I don't know. Just not that. I don't have that mindset.
I should be out there
But
in 2 weeks.
sure, would it be fun to make some money off of here? Yeah,
The car's
be
ready.
easy money.
I got
At the same time, I just don't have the drive like some of these guys
My hands can't fit down in the hole.
when it comes to making videos, at least.
Wind straps on.
All right, we'll catch you later.